Yeah, we're live. Live and in color.
We live?
Here. We're here. We're
Get the
live.
share in while you can. People on the audio channel, thank you for tuning in. We didn't forget about you, Spotify. We appreciate your patience with us. Let's get that share in, shall we? All right.
So,
What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday and it's April the 19th. So get nice long rest tonight because some of you are going to have a long day tomorrow. It's 4:19. It's the Wire Sports Podcast. We're going to talk about Draymond Green. We're going to talk about Jason Tatum. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs and that and so much more. It's the Wire Sports Podcast, baby, and we're starting right now.
I'm going in, it's first and 10. I'm a legend boy, a champion. They can't match the flows, the X's and O's. I'm breaking the code, devastation about to unfold. They calling me Derek by the way I roll. Bet you never ever seen a pro this cold. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I mix with I am Mike and the great Ali. I'm a run it back, believe me, baby. I fathered the game, call me Daddy Brady. I'm like that, try be like this. Sammy is so that boy don't miss. It's the return of the greatest. Any way you name it, I'm everybody's favorite. I'm bringing the pain and bringing the fire. Hey, stay tuned, it's going down to the wire.
Down to the wire. I'm gonna have to re-edit the intro now that Sahi pointed out that it drops to me who is on the greatest. Because every time I see it, I'm like, oh, hold on now. I'm not calling myself.
nah, everybody got a good part, though. Everybody got a good part.
I know. I have to shake it up, mix it up. We'll see what happens. What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. You know, I'm just watching a lot of TikTok, and all it makes me want to do is crack open a nice, supportive Bud Light, even though I don't drink beer, and this is going to be not my favorite drink, but just supporting the people I want to support. So how are you doing? Oh, you already
I
said.
got no sponsorships like that, but no. Just ready to roll, man. We in the NBA. I'm always excited about the NBA. Love it. Can't wait to talk about it. We got fried Steelers. I guess we'll give them like 30 seconds because it's a waste of my time. But we got some Steelers talk to do. It'll be good.
Oh, I forgot. I put it in the title. I guess we have to talk about.
So we give it 30 seconds.
Yeah, we cut it
We
back.
roast them.
Sahi, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Watching these Lakers play right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beauty of being live. All right, so we are going to touch on the NFL quickly. I guess we do have to give our a short due to the Steelers because somebody put it in the title before we cut it in the pre-show talk. So let's go ahead and talk about it then. Real quick, hot take, one shot. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers are making a play to get Allen Robinson on the team. He's a running back. He's been around for a while.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. All right, what?
Yeah.
I got all my stuff wrong. Okay, yeah, wide receiver from the Rams. Who is this guy hosting? What do you guys think? I mean, is this a Steelers move that you think makes sense? What's your one shot on this?
I think it makes perfect sense. For the Steelers, they need help at the wide receiver position. They've kind of struggled at that ever since AB left. You know, they thought they found the guy with Juju Smith-Schuster. Now he's off and I think he's on his third team now. So Juju Smith-Schuster wasn't the guy they thought he was. So they've got to do something. We've got the draft coming up. Let's see what they do there. But Allen Robinson is a great veteran player in this league, and he's probably not going to be Santonio Holmes, but I think he'll add some value to that wide receiver room, and they'll make it work. Tough division.
I'm on the opposite end of Sahi. If this is 2015, Allen Robinson is a great pickup. But last 2 years, 410 yards and 339 yards. All right, this man's only had 3 1,000-yard seasons in his career in over 10 years. All right, this guy like had opportunities in like, how do I want to say this? The Steelers, to what he just said. Every year I've talked about this many times. It's what I always applaud them for as a Bengals fan. They draft on average, 2 wide receivers per year over the last 15 years, every single year. They're going to draft wide receivers. He's a veteran presence. I think that's the idea behind this. They're not having to pick up anything. LA's picking up the tab, but I still find this pointless. Like, unless this guy is like a motivational speaker that's going to somehow corral the boys in there, I don't think it matters. I mean, Pickens is a stud, but he's already looking like Antonio Brown. He's very diva-like. So that's the concern for them. I don't think, unless Allen Robinson's like the wide receiver whisperer, I don't think he impacts that. And they already have Deontay, which, very consistent guy, but he's not that guy. And this is certainly not that guy. To me, he's like their 4th best wide receiver. I'm not really feeling it.
Richie's not feeling it. He never feels it when it's the Steelers, though. So
Not true.
It's not true.
Well, I did say you can't go wrong picking up anybody in their secondary. So I'll say that much. Wide receiver, not a huge fan, but
that's true.
They need defense. We
do need defense in Pittsburgh. Listen to us for once, Steelers, please. All right. Same conference. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson and OBJ. It's gonna happen. Looks like it's gonna be a connection to happen or not happen. What do you guys make of the OBJ move? And Lamar Jackson got tagged for less than he was asking for. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, here's what I make of the move. You're assuming they're going to play together. Because you got to remember, he hasn't signed that franchise tender, right? You're assuming he's going to play together. Also, OBJ, which was announced and admitted, when he got to LA, he didn't have an ACL. That whole year, and when he tore it in the Super Bowl, well, he tore it because there was nothing left anyway. And that whole year, he was playing without an ACL. Like, that's insane. Heart, but at the same time, you just paying this man that kind of money? Like, oh my God, if I was Baltimore, I'd be disgusted right now because they already signed the dotted I. Like, it's too late. And now here comes a story with him admitting, yo, my knee's bum, and it's been bum. Like, I have no faith in this. Like, there's only one time this has really worked out, in my opinion, when you have an aging superstar like come to a team and succeed. I said it right off the air. Anquan Bolden, it was Baltimore, as a matter of fact. Anquan Bolden was kind of getting pushed out because of him and Larry Fitzgerald, and Fitz was the young cat, so they kind of pushed Bolden off. And Bolden went to Baltimore, and he had a fantastic career in Baltimore, as a matter of fact. He was a great wide receiver for them. I don't think this is going to be that case. So I'm not trying to be a hater with both these wide receivers, but man, I'm not, like, for instance, right now they're trying to get rid of Nuck in Arizona, and that's what Baltimore should have done, picked up another Arizona guy again. But they went for OBJ, which is shocking. Allegedly, they're going for both of them, but they're not going to be able to get them. Buffalo's trying to get him now, which, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen could use that at this point. It can't just be Stephon Diggs. They clearly need something else. Back to back, they've had problems, so I think that's a good spot for them. But overall, OBJ and Lamar, could it work? Yeah, I mean, it could work, but I don't know, man. Right now, it's not even looking good for Lamar. I like Baltimore looks like they're going to draft a quarterback. He hasn't signed this tender. It doesn't look like he's signing this tender. And Jalen Hurts' contract, maybe we'll talk about this another week, but Jalen Hurts' contract really makes him look stupid now, and now he's really kind of screwed because Jalen Hurts, incredible performance in the Super Bowl, easily a top 5 quarterback, much more like physical and big enough to take these hits than Lamar, so he doesn't have that injury-prone risk, similar style, kind of, and he settled compared to what Lamar's willing to do. So Lamar, I don't know, man. I don't think Lamar's going to be in Baltimore. I really don't think so. I think they're going to draft a quarterback, and it's bring D-Hop to the land is what Alex just said. I don't know, Alex. I don't know how I feel about that.
He said, I don't know, Alex.
I really don't know how I feel about that.
He said, bring D-Hop to the
The
land.
land.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
I mean, they do got Amari Cooper up there. I just think it's too cold for D-Hop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I'm thinking he's going to Baltimore. I think D-Hop might go to Baltimore with OBJ. They gave OBJ the most money out of any team was going to offer him.
Yep.
And that gives me the idea that Lamar Jackson isn't asking for that much money. Maybe he was at one point, but I think he wants to win a Super Bowl really bad. I think he wants to have the best offense that he can, best team that they can. The Ravens have been trying to sign a lot of people. I forget, it was somebody else that they tried to sign, and there was reports of him signing. He ended up signing somewhere else. Oh, man. I forget who it was, but the Ravens have been pretty aggressive in free agency, trying to sign people. So I think the Lamar Jackson contract situation isn't what we think it is. I think the media is painting it one way, but really inside that building, it's another way. Lamar Jackson, I think he's just waiting it out to see who they can sign, see who they're going to get. If they could land D-Hop, I think we'll see Lamar Jackson sign. Maybe not like a long-term deal, maybe like a 2-3 year deal, and they'll see how it works out and keep it pushing. I think Lamar is just playing it smart and not rushing into anything. And I think the Ravens are trying to be a team that contends for the Super Bowl. They're trying to go all in.
Hey, I feel you, Sahi, but here's my only counterpoint to what you said about that. It's not necessarily as much recourse as the media is making it out to be. If the organization was kind of with Lamar on these things, they wouldn't be leaking all this negative press about Lamar. It's not the press. It's the organization is leaking this information to the journalists. So, I don't disagree with you from Lamar's perspective. Like, here's what I think. To your point, I think Lamar wanted a lot of money. Then he didn't feel like he got it. So this offseason, he said, "All right, you ain't gonna give me the money. Then you better get me the weapons." And that's what I think we're seeing is they're aggressively going after Nuck. They already picked up OBJ. Those are the two targets he allegedly. That's the other leak that's happened. These are the two targets he wants on the team. So yeah. I do think, to your point, that's what he's saying. But, if I'm Lamar and I'm seeing this organization, after they kind of have this gentleman's handshake, we're going to try to get those two. And now they're leaking bad press about me. I'd be kind of pissed anyway. But to your point, hey, man, we all want him to succeed. We've been talking about it all year. I'm just disappointed it came to the point where it's at because I feel like he's going to lose a lot of money. He ain't going to get the money. I think he's going to go down. And honestly, I think he should have took the deal last year. I just think he thought he could get more as what's his face, Towel Boy, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun. Yep.
Yeah.
Get this man a terrible towel and call it a day. No.
Dear Lord.
All right, let's move over to basketball, people. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you, Alex, for chiming in. Anyone else that wants to get in here, we will try our best to get your comment up on the air and respond to it. Let's move on over. Last week, one of our dedicated fans, Brian Lee, had posed the idea that Jason Tatum is the future face of the NBA. And that got our guys here on the Wire Sports Podcast ready to talk about it. So what are your thoughts, fellas? Jason Tatum, is he on track to be in the future of the NBA?
You want to go first, Sahi, or you want me to go?
You could go first. Go first.
All right. Let me go first then. But I just want to make sure we all, we gentlemen figuring out what's what. I'll tell you this. I am not smack talking Jason Tatum. 2 years ago, I said, and I felt this dude was going to be top 5 in the NBA. He had 30 points per game this year. He's starting to be like the Kobe light. He's modeled his game after Kobe, very similar shot. He will not be the face of the NBA. I'm sorry. his jerseys sell well because he's on the Boston Celtics. But I'm telling you right now, he will never be the face of the NBA because the dude just doesn't do it. He's not charismatic. Like, he puts up the points, and he's an all-around good player. 2 All-NBAs in 6 seasons. Not bad. Not bad. But when your competition is somebody like Giannis, who came in the same time you came, and is already multiple-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, like, already won a championship, that's who you're comparing him to. They're the same age, same type of thing. And it's not just Giannis. There's so many guys. Luka Doncic. There's a lot of guys we can be talking about that are future faces of the league. But I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Giannis is already the face of the league, and he is the future face of the league. And in my opinion, that's not changing. Now, nobody's questioning Braun, but right now, Giannis is a better player. It's not even comparable, right? The only people try to say KD, KD's better than Giannis. KD's not better than Giannis. KD hasn't won nothing since he left Golden State. It's that simple. Maybe KD can do it with Phoenix. We'll see. It was already a loaded team, but we'll see. Giannis did it with his squad in Milwaukee, small town. He could go anywhere. That's my point. If Giannis were to be a free agent, every team, literally including the Boston Celtics, would do anything in their power to get that guy. Anything in their power. Jason Tatum, not saying he's not that good, but I don't think he get all 32 teams. I think he could probably get about 27, 28, because they're gonna be like, all right, Jason. If we take Jason, we about to lose Devin Booker, so we can't do it. There's a couple teams that would be like, maybe not pull the trigger. But there's Giannis is head and shoulders, every team would shoot for Giannis. They trade away their franchise to pick up Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jeez, sorry. Besides Giannis, though, like I said, we got Luka. Can't forget about Luka. Trae Young was kind of up there, but he's fallen. I want to give Trae a shout out. Oh, I got Trae, not Trae Young. Because Trae wanted to clarify, hey, Jaylen Brown is arguably as good or better than Tatum as well, his own teammate. There's a lot of dudes and cats in the NBA. It's getting wild. It's way too early. Garland over there doing his thing. Honestly, Donovan Mitchell doing his thing with Cleveland too. And that dude's a stud, and he's a young fella as well. There's so many people. To me, Giannis is head and shoulders, but all those guys I listed are that future. Devin Booker needs to be in there too. There are so many talented dudes, and I don't feel like Jason has done enough with his branding, let alone with his skill set, to justify saying he's the future face of the league when Giannis is in the building, right? He already there. He already took it. Somebody got to take it from Giannis. So if you're going to take it from Giannis, you're going to have to put up numbers like Giannis. Otherwise, it ain't happening. It's just that simple.
Sahi, what do you think, man? Jason Tatum, is he the future?
Those are all great points, Richie. I gotta disagree with you on the face of the league a little bit, but honestly, I agree with you here. Is Jason Tatum a good player? Yes. Is he a great player? Yes. Is he elite? Yes. He's a fantastic basketball player. He could put up buckets. He could go to the rim. He could go from side to side. He could probably play in 10. Okay. Jason Tatum is fantastic. But we all know the truth. We all know who the face of the league is. It is obvious. I like this. This is cool. It is obvious who the face of the league is. It is none other than Kyrie Irving himself. Kyrie Irving is the face of the league. He went to war with the league. All right. He went to war with them, and he didn't win. But if you say the name Kyrie Irving to just a random group of people, they gonna know who it is. So I mean, Kyrie Irving, he puts the butts in seats, and he does what he does. So that's just all it is to it.
Man,
I
Kyrie
mean,
Irving, Richie.
hey, I'm not saying it's a bad take, but it's a take. I'll tell you what, he's the face of anti-vaccine, but I don't know if he's the face of the NBA. I'll say this: Kyrie's a baller. I own a pair of Kyries, so coming from a big fan of Kyrie Irving. Not respectfully disagreeing because Kai like 29, 28. So he's still in that conversation of like young enough, although he's on that top end, like he's getting kind of old in NBA terms. But no, I mean, Kai, it's not a bad take. Like there is, in my opinion, there is not a better, more like, how do I say this? Smooth score. He makes it look
silky smooth.
He's silky. He make the things he can do with the basketball, the things he can do when he drives. Like he's not dunking, you know what I mean? Like, but he's just banking it off the corner, off the top left corner, one-handed, sideways. It's like he practices this stuff. It's weird, you know what I mean? Like he practices it because you can't be lucky all the time. So he's clearly doing these things in practice.
It's a skill. It's a skill set.
It's a skill. He got a skill set nobody has. So like I'll disagree with Sahi just from the perspective of I don't think he's the face of the league, but I don't think there's anybody more talented offensively. I just don't know if I want to deal with the headache. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. Do crazy. He a flat earther. I'm not talking about the vaccine. I'm talking about he a flat earther. He a little up there. He's very inconsistent. First, he don't want Bron. He want his own team. Then he don't want his own team. Then he wants to go play with KD. Then he don't want to play with KD. Then he goes to Luka, and he's like, you know what? I really want to go to the Lakers and go back with Bron. So after this season, I'm going to go to the Lakers. And now Bron's kind of like, bruh, like, you can stay over there. We got what we need right now. Like, we good. And don't get me wrong. If Kyrie does go to the Lakers, just side note, I know we're kind of changing the subject here. If Kyrie goes to the Lakers with Anthony Davis and them boys, how they're playing now, whew, that's going to feel like, to me, and I'll say it, and I don't mean this, when the Nets were a super team and we first started the wire and we were talking about it, and I shit talking them, right? Everyone else was talking, they're going to be great, but blah, blah, blah. I hated it. I said it wasn't a good fit, even though they're all great individual players. It wasn't going to work because they score 150 points and they're still going to lose the game. And that's what was happening. I'm telling you right now, if Kyrie goes on there, it's not like it's what everyone thought Brooklyn could do. And I mean that. Like LeBron James and Kyrie clearly already have that magic. Anthony Davis ain't healthy most of the time. But when he's healthy and you got them and you got a squad like the Lakers got now after trading Russ, man, I won't say it's over, but I wouldn't be shocked if they easily the number one in the West. And that's saying something when you got teams like Memphis, you got teams like the Nuggets, especially Denver back-to-back has been dominant. But I'm telling you right now, you put Kai on a Lake show, whew, that's like 80s Lake show. There's nothing else to say. Like, that'd be crazy. I would love it, even though, again, I don't wish Kyrie Irving on LeBron James like that. I want my boy to get another championship. I'm not saying he couldn't do it in spite of him, but I'm just saying LeBron looking good right now. So he was trying to talk about that last week. We're going to get into it. Lakers looking good.
Yeah. I mean, Kyrie has been the downfall of every team he's been on except the Cavaliers with LeBron.
Except LeBron, because Bron knew how to use it.
He was the savior. He was the savior back then.
Yeah,
that shot he hit against Steph Curry is iconic.
Yeah, and he eyed him down, just ISO, doing what he did. Game 5, Game 6, ain't nothing different. Last shot, bang. And like Bron's the only one who's ever made it work with that dude. And it's crazy when you think about it, because like I said, Kai got a skill set ain't nobody got. Not Steph Curry nobody got a skill set like Kyrie, and it's never translated before, like since. So if anywhere, Lakers would make it work. But that's the only way he's gonna be the face. He switches over to the Lake show. He stays in LA. Anthony Davis gives up, becomes like the number 2, and they stop trying to pass the baton to him. And then Kai takes it. That'd be the only way I could see Kai becoming face of the league. And they win like 3 chips in a row. Then you could be like, all right, Kyrie Irving got it. But
what about that one guy that's supposed to be the number 1 draft pick next year?
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name. I know you're talking about that. Hold up, we gotta look at it now. I'm gonna lose my mind. I wish Trey were here. He usually on that college stuff.
Connection error.
He's a French dude.
Well, that brings me back to the boxing match last week, but I don't think that's the right answer. This is us vamping. By the way, folks, checking us out live or on the audio, congratulations! I'm gonna make an announcement at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around while Richie's looking this up. Stick around because we have an announcement and a toast to make at the end of the show. Okay, Richie, did you find it?
All right, I got it. His name is Victor Wembenyama. He, the French kid, everybody talking about. That's who Sahi talking. And hey, Sahi bringing in that dark horse.
Yeah.
Again, that kid looking fire. So who knows? We'll see. Maybe he's the next dude. Maybe he's the next Giannis, that European dude that come in and just dominate day one.
Yeah.
Could be.
Absolutely. Don't worry,
Luka
Sahi.
did it too.
Oh yeah. I have the Lakers on the talk docket. Don't you worry. We're gonna do a version of our pass or play here soon, so that's going to be on there. Before we get to that, though, interesting situation. We're talking a lot more about fights in the NBA, and I think we're on to something here at the Wire Sports Podcast. Sahi proposed last week NBA hockey fights. We also had a proposal for NBA hickey fights, but I think hockey fights are a little more applicable to the game. But we had another one. Draymond Green suspended for one game for curb stomping the ribs of a man after getting tripped up in a little scuffle down by the rim. What do you guys make of the suspension? Was it the right call in the playoffs to pull him out of the game for a day? What do you make of it?
I'm going to let Sahi go on this one.
Yeah. A lot of people say no. He shouldn't have been suspended. The guy was trying to grab his leg. But the suspension is definitely warranted just for the simple fact, like, anytime there's a game that Draymond Green is in and there's some sort of scuffle that happens, you can best believe that Draymond Green is right there in the middle of it, either causing it or something's going on because he's jawing all game, he's loudmouth. Yeah, sit him down. We can't be having this. You can't, like, if somebody grabs your legs, you get free, just keep going because you're already a target because of what your past. All right, so that's what you're getting judged on. It may not be fair, but that's like one of those things where you did it to yourself kind of thing. Like you done been in scuffles for all this time, so long. Like, come on, man. You too old to be doing this, Draymond. We still suspending you? Like, come on, man. And it was just, I could see if it was like 3 or 4 games, then I'd be like, oh man, they attacking my brother, man. They doing this to NBA, trying to hold a brother down. But it's just a 1 game suspension, so definitely warranted. I think the Warriors, they're down 0-2 in that series. Yeah, so I mean,
0-2.
It's real tough for that fact, but I think they'll figure it out. Jordan Poole and those boys will step up in his absence. So wow, he started the season punching his teammate. He's ending the season stomping somebody out. You need to be kicked out of the league, honestly.
I mean, honestly, that's a fair statement. That's the latter part. He's just at a point now. People joke about it. He has the biggest leash anyone's ever seen. What they mean by leash is like the things he's allowed to do that other players would not be able to do. I don't get why he has this kind of leash because he's just a scumbag player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's a dirty player.
It's because of that's the way he plays. That's like his style of play. It's like a Dennis Rodman, like dirty, like I'll be in you, and you know what I'm saying? So they kind of let it go a little bit.
But they let it go because he's in Golden State with the boys, and like that's all he can do. So they want the Warriors to succeed. I mean, if we're talking like like conspiracy theory. But anyway, it's not he right. But my point is like it shouldn't matter. Like he used to be a great defensive player. In 2016, he tried to will them back when they were up and then down. And his game 7, he had like 30 something points. And then he never got 30 points the rest of his career. You know what I mean? Like, the dude just disappeared after that game, truthfully. And he, for years, lobbying. I'm not trying to shit on him, but lobbying that he's the best defensive player. Give me defensive player of the year. Boy hadn't gotten it except one time, and he's never deserved it, quite frankly. Because I don't want to hear this nonsense about I can guard 1 through 5, and I'm like flexible. Like, bruh, like ain't nobody saying you can't guard 1 through 5, but that don't mean you just because you're more flexible doesn't mean you're better at locking someone down. You know what I mean? Like it's real that like Kawhi Leonard, I'd take him even in his injured state over like Draymond going 1 through 5 clamping somebody, or like Giannis, I take him over Draymond. Like it is what it is, you know. Like Draymond can say, "Oh, my brain's better and I understand defense." Whatever, man. They can also score 30 points and they can do what you can do. Like get the fuck out of here. Anyway, back to the point. I wanted to shit talk Sahi, hoping my boy would just he always takes the funny clown route, usually for fun, just to have a good time with it. He took the serious one. So I'm going to have to go with, not the clown one, but I'm going to have to go with this side. I'm disgusted he got suspended. And let me explain why I'm disgusted. I live in the Bay Area, all right? I'm disgusted. This fool, I'm never going to hear the end of this because the Warriors are going to lose. Not game 3, but I think they're going to lose the series. And they're going to do the same thing they talk about in 20. Bro, I still never hear the end of Draymond getting suspended in 2016. 2016, guys. That's 7 years ago. And I still hear about it all the time. That time that LeBron cried to the media. And then Draymond, when they were up 3-1, gets suspended 1 game. And that's the sole reason they went from 3-1 to losing the NBA. I still hear it to this day. I'm going to hear the same thing. It couldn't be that Mike Brown, who was part of the franchise, left for Sacramento, got coach of the year, and knows exactly how to exploit the Warriors. It couldn't possibly be that. It's going to be because now Draymond got suspended when they were down 0-2. And they were down 0-2 because the refs have been giving Sacramento all the calls. Now, here's what's going to happen for sure. Warriors going to win the next game because the refs are feeling this pressure of so many calls going to Sacramento's way. They're going to overcommit. This kind of happens in basketball. So for sure, game 3 is going to the Warriors, and then Draymond will be back. And whether they win or don't win, that is irrelevant because I'm telling you right now, if and when they lose, I'll never hear the end of it. I'm going to hear this for another 10 years, how Draymond Green didn't get suspended for stomping on that fool, that white boy. They would have won the NBA championship. I'm never going to hear the end. I was disgusted. I was really hoping he'd get away with it and just get the flagrant 2, right? But, you know, like, the NBA's had enough. That's what they even said. It's like, look, the flagrant 2 should have been enough. But because this fool does this all the time, this fool was taunting and enjoying, egging everyone on, flexing about it, laughing that he could have broken this guy's ribs. That's why they're like, all right, enough's enough. Like, you got to, boom. Like, we're going to have to do this. It's sad when you see the league say, hey, you know what? We were thinking about suspending him, but since it's him, we had to suspend him. Like, the fact that they're even thinking about suspending him is crazy. This fool stepped on this guy's ribs. Now, again, I get his contacts, and in the heat of the moment and in competition, it's easy for us to just be like, oh, yeah, just fall over. Oh, yeah, just untangle your leg, right? In that moment, he's thinking, like, you piece of bleep, you know, like, raw, you know, I get the instinct, but that's why, you know, you can't do that. You can't do that in the real world. You should be doing that in a basketball game. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who say stupid stuff to me. I've had someone spit on me on the train. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't retaliate and kick him in the face, you know, bicycle kick him in the face just because, like, that's my first instinct. It's what I wanted to do. That's not what I did, you know, because I'm a grown man, you know, and he's a grown man. He's 32 years old. So, anyhow, I'm with Sahi, but it shouldn't have happened. That's all I got to say. Because now I'll never hear the end of it, man. Like, these Warriors fans love to hold on to excuses when they don't win. Like 2 years ago was, who cares? Steph was out. It don't matter. You know, who cares? We weren't even trying when Steph went out. Get out of here, man. I'm sad. This is the sad day, boys. All I hope is I'm wrong, and then they lose and they go down 0-3, because then I'll enjoy the song and I'll enjoy all that. I'll enjoy all of that. But man, I'm disappointed. This stuff is weak too, man. Like this, and Ndamukong Suh. I'm telling you, like, everyone went crazy over this, and like, it's seriously like 60-40. Dre's in the wrong versus right. There's a lot of people who are like, yo, he got his leg pulled. Like, as if that deserves stepping on him in his chest, man. Like, holy cow, craziness, crazy.
Well, in an
We live in a
NBA
different
hockey
world.
fight, then it's pretty much a legal move.
No, Sahi made the great.
No.
I'm telling you, that's what should have
That-
happened. So, Sabonis and him should have been punching each other one
Yeah.
on one. Settle that like men.
Set him up.
Right,
in half
so-
court.
So Draymond doesn't have to stomp him. He could be like, "Oh, you grabbing my leg? Hey, ref,
Ref,
square it
exactly.
up, square it up.
Woo!
We got to fight. We got to fight." Oh, Draymond's deciding to use the Raiders one fight this game.
Exactly. That's what should have happened for real, right? Like, this fool trying to take out my ankle.
Commentators are going to be like, "I don't know. He's really got to think about this. This is their only fight. This is their only fight request all game. Also,
Use it the first. They're only fighting the first period. I don't know. This is risky.
yeah. They might want to save this till later. I call a timeout if I was a coach.
Cool
Try
down.
try to calm them down. That'd be so interesting.
I'm right. Like I said, I gotta go back to that. I love your like concept to give the NBA some like real grit to it.
I would
Strategically.
tune in to so many games because you
I really
never
would.
know a fight could pop off. And the way they talk trash,
Right?
coach
That's
throws
what I'm
a
saying.
fight flag. What if only the coach can throw the fight flag? If the coach wants you to fight, you gotta fight him.
Oh, come on. Look, this man is 6'12".
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah.
He's
We gonna look
45
trust
inch.
free well me. You get out there. Go.
Uh-huh. The
He's
coach,
got a 40. Go ahead.
you got the option to bring a player off the bench to fight. So every team just got some kickboxing champion on the roster for no reason.
I can see that now, man. I can see
That
it
would
now.
be
They're like, Udonis Haslam, get off the bench. Go get him.
Yeah.
Get him, Udonis.
Yeah.
The Lakers draft Mirko Krokop. Yeah, if they institute this rule, though, I'm telling you, Will Smith is going to be pissed because he would have never had to go to Bel Air. Right, so let's move it on over. We're going to change up the way that we usually do this. So we usually call it pass, play, one shot, right? But it's basketball season. It's the NBA playoffs. So pass is the same. One shot is now pull up. So are we going to pass, pull up, or are we going to take it to the hole? We're going to go through the NBA playoffs bracket and the matchups. And you guys let me know if you want to pass it, pull it up, or take it to the hole.
Take it to the hole.
We are going to we're going to start with one that I'm going to mandate is played or taken to the hole.
Take it to the hole.
We're taking this one all the way to the hole. Isn't that? I thought that was the saying, but now it's just starting to sound like some weird sports porno.
I mean, it's definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason why it's coming off funny to me, just for all our audience, because you'll watch me laughing, is because like pull up and pull out kind of sound similar. So we pull it up and then we taking it to the hole. So like, it's starting to get a little innuendo-y to me. But all right, let's take it to the hole. What game is?
Gotta take it to the hole. I want the Lakers Memphis matchup.
Hey,
Lakers
it's
are up
going
by a
on.
game, but let's include Lakers talk because they're looking. Sahi said it. They're looking fire. They're looking good.
I mean, I'm cutting you off now. Sorry, because it's live and the Grizzlies about to tie this up 1-1. So
oh,
I'm cutting him off. It's
don't
about
take
to
it
be
to the hole,
1-1.
man. Pull it up.
Yeah.
No, we pull out game too late. We in the hole. So we talking about it right now. It's gonna be 1-1. Sahi made a great point. I'm shocked though. The Grizzlies were able to grit this out. Like truthfully, I really thought at how much they got outplayed last game, and with Morant being injured, I was kind of like, oh, they're gonna go up 2-0. Not necessarily just win it all, but they're gonna go up 2-0. But Memphis adjusted. They played well, and I'll say this much. I'll say it on behalf of my boy Trey. Like, what does he always say? What is it? Styles make matchups, something like that. Something along those lines. He usually says something like that. This is a great matchup for the Lakers. Memphis has not, and still not, been really be able to deal with the Lakers' size. They're able to slow them down. I'm still a big believer in Memphis' overall team. But, I'll tell you, this is really close. Originally, I was like, hey, it's Memphis. And it's not about reactionary to game one. I just think the styles making the fight that Trey likes to point out. This is easily an opportunity for the Lakers to eke this out. So I'm gonna say this right now on our television. I'm actually swinging my vote from the Grizzlies, and I'm going with the Lakers. I think the Lakers are gonna pull this off, man. I'm shocked. I'm gonna say that because I think Memphis is like one of the most talented teams, but I just think the Lakers, regardless of this loss, the Lakers just have a really good setup to just beat them up. They're just a big physical team, and I'll be shocked if Memphis can keep this up for 6 more or 5 more games. I don't see it happening.
Sahi, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that, Richie. I don't think they're gonna be able to keep up. I thought the Lakers would be able to get this game without John Morant. Just watching it with no sound on, I could kind of, especially this last fourth quarter, I could kind of pick up what the story is going to be. The refs are terrible in this game. The Lakers had a chance. I think they were down 93 to 86 or something. That was as close as they got. It was like 88, 93. They were like within 5 points or something like that. But the Memphis, they were just able to increase the lead and not let the Lakers get anything going. It's definitely a great series. A game that the Memphis Grizzlies absolutely needed. Going down 0-2 in a series is just like kind of just digging your own grave, especially when you're the home team, right? Because you already lost home court advantage, and now you don't get any on your home court. You're running the chance of not this being your last home game. I don't think that's good for the league. The league wants more eyes, so let's add the fights and let's keep the playoff series competitive.
Let's add the fight.
But I'll also say this: Anthony Davis, he just looks so awkward out there. It's like every time he gets the ball, if he's not wide open, something goofy. Like
He's a goofy dude, man. I don't know what to
getting
say.
slapped out, or he's like catching it and going under the rim, and the ball hits the rim and they steal it. It's like it's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough, man. He's weird. Like, look at game 1. Like, he looked like old Anthony Davis, best defender in the NBA. And then, like, then he lays a goose egg when John Morant's on it. I think, what did he score? 14 points this game? Something terrible like that.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't a lot.
If I'm Bron, I'm just sitting here doing this because this is the man I chose to be, like, my dude, right? He traded the entire Lakers team for this guy. And, yeah, they won one 3 years ago. But here I am again with a great opportunity, which we never thought was going to happen with Westbrook. And I have a team. And my boy looked fire in game 1. And then this is Anthony Davis. That's what he did, man. Like, I hate to say it that way. Like, there's a reason why when he was putting up 30 and 20 every single night in New Orleans, nobody cared. It's because he can't do it when it matters. And, man, how you going to lay like, Hachimura played amazing. Again, 20 points. Reeves is okay. But, Dennis Schroeder and D'Angelo Russell combined for 6 points between the two of them. Schroeder didn't even score. Like, this is the problem.
LeBron was shooting way too many threes.
Oh, and he was. Because he felt like all them bums was doing nothing. I don't blame him. What else is he supposed to do? Like, this is why, I feel for LeBron, but I don't. He put himself in this position this moment he went to LA because he picked LA because he wanted LA. He picked a team that had a whole bunch of young dudes that just weren't ready. Then he destroys the team chemistry so he can get Anthony Davis. They get him. They win. And then that's it. And they won during the bubble. And I'm not trying to say it was fraudulent, but it was a different NBA season, quite frankly. And LeBron was able to lock those boys in and be like, all right, these dudes are stressed about not being with their homes, their wives and stuff like that. We gonna focus. But once ever since the bubble, they've been trash. And this is the first time where, again, I'm not even saying they're great. They're 7th seed or whatever. But they rebounded, found a way to do it. And Anthony Davis is showing everybody again why he's just too inconsistent. this was the dude that was the next thing before Giannis came. Everyone loved Anthony. He was Giannis before Giannis, if that makes sense. Like, he was the best defender in the league, and the dude was putting up 30 points. He was getting 20 rebounds in every playoff game. They brought DeMarcus Cousins in, and they're like, yo, we about to blow it up. When they added DeMarcus, and then he laid goose egg after goose egg after goose egg until LA traded for him. And now we're watching it again. This dude always looks like he don't have any, like, hand-eye coordination, and it's crazy because he's such an athlete. It's like Sahi was saying, dude, and he catches rebounds funny. It's weird. He's just weird.
That's how he's always getting hurt. And he's been in LA for a few years, and he's still not a star. You know,
right?
He's a star elite player. He's got those abilities, and he's still not a star. It's just weird. It's very weird.
Braun wanted to pass him the buck. He just isn't getting it.
Yeah. Insert Kyrie.
That's right. Hey, right? Face the league. Kai coming in hot. He's ready to take that buck.
Face of the league, Kai. All right. I'm going to make an executive decision just because of time. I'm looking at the time, looking at where we're at.
Yeah. With all those games.
Yeah. I mean, we plan to talk Lakers this week anyway. We got a lot more to talk about in the NBA. We'll give it a full pass, one-shot or player, pass, pull up, or take it to the hole next week and try to keep the innuendos out of it. I want to go ahead and head towards the ending here, but I have to make a toast and an announcement. Fellas, listeners who have stuck with us, congratulations. Today marks 3 years of H2G Radio. It started this month 3 years ago. We were locked down. We got a global pandemic at our doorstep. I reach out on Facebook to say, hey, would anybody listen if we brought back the old radio show? And Richie and Marvin and Tony hopped in that chat so fast. Along the road, we picked up Sahi early on, been with us pretty much the whole 3 years. Trey, I mean, we had Christy, Chelsea, Alex, I mean, so many faces in Andrew, everybody from Free Mess, everybody from True Crime. I mean, God, Jordan, I can't even get through all the names. Who am I missing here? We got Ray, we got Alex and Brian in the comment section still to this day. Just what an incredible family we've created. What an incredible opportunity for us to get to hang out every week on the air, talk about the things that we love. So cheers to H2G. 3 down, many more to go. That was kind of creepy. I could see myself through the glass. But yeah, 3 years today. And with that, the question was out there. We getting merch? Guys, we're getting merch. We're working on it. The soft launch was today. It was a disaster, but we are still working on soft launch 2. You can see the merchandise that is available at h2gradio.com. Don't place your orders just yet unless you want the white and black mug is set and ready to go. The rest of those will be updated. There was a design flaw with the upload. So that's just the way business goes. But you wanted merch. You're going to have an opportunity to get merch for all of your favorite shows here on H2G Radio. Speaking of which, go check us out, h2gradio.com. This week I got all of H2G podcast up on there. You can catch the entire 8 seasons of that show. We've got 9 seasons coming up on season 10 of this show on there. We've got Free Mess on there every single week. Some just fire content, and they're taking a break, but coming back super soon. And I can't wait to hear the fresh new stuff with that. True Crime on its way back, a whole season of true crime and nasty stories if you're into that. Boss Dog Show, we had them for a short amount of time on the H2G Radio. Just so many good hours and hours and hours and hours of content on there. So if you're looking for a new podcast, hey, check us out, h2gradio.com. If you want to get involved, there's a contact page. That's how you do it. Fellas, any last words as we close our 3-year anniversary show?
Yeah, I got
check out the merch.
So he got it first. Check out the merch. I was gonna say check out the merch. But
Wow.
that's what I was gonna say. But I guess it's something else because he already said it. What Justin said was very true, and I just want to give a little bit of background too on that message specifically. We hadn't talked like as a group, and honestly, probably even as individuals in almost 10 years or something. And it just Justin sent us that message in like a group thing, and I'm telling you, it was like within 5 minutes or something. Like all of us like responded and like started messaging each other. So it's just one of those like crazy things when you think about it from that perspective. Like, and it's not about, I'm not saying about the brotherhood and the camaraderie, of course, but it was just like we were just all ready to go, right, in that moment. So it was just one of those crazy things. Like I hadn't heard from this man or any of those folks in years. Like Tony's the only one that kept up with, like. But I got love from Marv and Justin, of course, but I hadn't spoken to Marv and Justin in almost 10 years at that point. And he sends a message, and we're all like, let's do it. And then like 3 days later, we're recording for like 7 hours. It was insane. Anyway, we can always talk about, reminisce about that some other time. But, check out the merch. Just wanted to give a little background on that story. H2G is going strong. We're going to keep going. Merch will keep going. We got some little kinks to figure out. Like you said, this is a soft launch. It's not like the hard official launch, but we'll get there, and then we'll take it to the hole.
Oh yeah, we're taking it to the hole. That's gonna be, you know what? I'm taking "Live, Laugh, Love Like It's Your Last" off the back of the hoodie and just putting "Take It to the Hole." Maybe I'll put that on the back of the wire.
Special edition, "Take It to the Hole."
Take it to the hole. If you've got merch suggestions or ideas, we are working hard on that. We're gonna get the first branded launch. You'll be the first to know. Trust me. We'll launch it right on the air so that everybody knows. But the stuff's there. You can check it out. You can buy stuff now if you want. I'm just telling you, I'm not really gonna buy any of the shirts or hoodies yet. So if I'm not buying it, you shouldn't buy it.
We're tweaking. Wait till it's tweaked. All right?
Yeah, wait till it's tweaked. It's a soft launch. Thank you, everybody, so much. Thank you, fellas, every week. I love seeing your faces. Trey, we miss you. We'll see you next week. Marvin and Tony, if you're out there, we want you back. Even if it's for a week, we miss you. Yeah, thanks, everybody, so much. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Brian. We'll see y'all next week. Live, laugh, love like it's your last. And stay classy, huh? Can you do that? Can you stay classy for me?